Well, I've got a couple of good friends here on Command Center Alpha stage #1 here at the Sands Expo Center. In fact, 2 of them should be coming to Buffalo, but only 1 will for our big Smoke on the Water event. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But my pleasure to welcome from AJ Fernandez, Kriskachaturian. Chris, how are you? Good to see you.
How you doing? Good to see you too.
And Rob Streitz. Good to see you, Rob.
You too, Dave.
Welcome to the big stage.
Thank you.
Now, Chris, interesting story with AJ Fernandez, because he's gone from 1 roller to what, 1,000 or 1,000 employees in a matter of a few short years.
I lost count.
You lost count?
Yeah.
What do you think you have down there now?
I have a star. I'm very, very blessed, and I'm very, very lucky to find this kid. I call him kid because I'm much older than him. This kid was born and raised in the heart of tobacco grown area in Cuba, which is called Pinar del Rio.
And that's the heart of it all.
Exactly, and tobacco is in their blood. This kid is the real deal Cuban guy. 3 generations of tobacco. I hope his grandpa was alive. He was going to make his grandpa so proud.
And how did you hook up with AJ?
By accident. I think it was destiny. I met him, and I fell in love with him.
Where'd you meet him?
In Esteli.
Oh, in Nicaragua?
Yes.
You were just out one night?
Just hanging out, checking factories like always.
Yeah.
And I meet this kid.
And that was it?
And that was it.
And
love at the first sight.
And how did it come about where you said, let's do business together, let's partner up?
I saw the passion in this kid, and I was like saying to myself, is it really I'm so lucky nobody else saw this kid before me? Nobody saw the potential? Maybe I'm lucky. I said, kid, you have to make it in this cigar business because you deserve it. There aren't too many people who have that passion, drive, discipline.
Well, he brought the knowledge, you brought the capital, and it's been a great association. And you started with what, 1, 2 rollers?
Yeah.
And now your facility, you have how many farms do you have now?
We have right now about 4 to 5 farms, and we're trying right now the next 2-3 years. We want to have enough farm to be self-efficient.
Well, and that's a problem. If you don't have the raw cigar tobacco, especially with the shortages now, you're in trouble. And so now you've got your own tobacco.
Yeah. You've
got a huge facility. And it looks like the Ritz-Carlton. You showed me pictures. It looks like the Ritz-Carlton down in Nicaragua. It's an incredible facility. And you've been making great cigars. And the San Lotano is a line that you launched about 3-4 years ago now?
Yes.
And that has really exploded. And Rob, let's talk about San Lotano, because many people are certainly familiar with the San Lotano Oval, which indisputably put AJ Fernandez on the map. But
Absolutely.
There's so many more great cigars, because you got the San Lotano Habano, the Maduro, the Connecticut. Now you've got the San Lotano, the Bull. We're going to be launching the New World, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But San Lotano has really grown from that oval now to really a complete line.
You know, David, that's important. And one thing that we haven't really done as a corporation is we have not overproduced blends. So you can see we kind of keep our infrastructure tight, and we keep building through small, controlled growth. And that's kind of what we have done.
Well, and now that you've got the tobacco with 4 or 5 farms and more farms coming online, that's the kind of thing that allows you to experiment and grow tobacco. And now you grow and you just store it. You let it ferment, you let it age.
Exactly.
You let it sit. And that's a big investment to have to do that.
The Bull has been a winner for us, wouldn't you say, Chris?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 10-count box. It's an Ecuadorian Sumatra. It's beautiful. Look at that cigar. I mean, the wrapper on it is unbelievable.
Now, there's a great story that you told me about the Bull, that basically you were looking at farms with AJ, and you're at one of the farms, and we'll get a nice tight shot, because actually you can see the Bull. But
how about taking it out of the
I'm going to take that away. No, because I'm going to put that in my pocket later. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to smoke the New World in just a few minutes for the lighting ceremony. But what's interesting is, a great story you told me. You said that AJ, you were looking at farms, and in the distance you see in the farm a bull, and it's sitting, looking straight at you. And AJ said, that bull represents just, it's strong, it's powerful. I got to name the cigar, call it the Bull. And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, he wouldn't budge. He was just kept looking at us and says, You know what? You have a problem? Go to hell.
Well, you're suspicious looking character, so he didn't want you going on his territory. He's territorial. Now, in terms of the bull, how does that differ from the regular San Lotano line? To me, it's got a little more flavor to it, a little bit more spiciness to it, but still not over the top.
And it has lots of Ligero and Vicio in it. It's almost all Ligero and Vicio. And
Ligero is the strongest part of the tobacco leaf. And Rob, when was the bull officially launched?
6-7 months ago.
Yes.
6-7
and it's done very well because everybody, the retailers I've talked to have said that has just exploded. And the San Lotano Oval certainly is got to be one of the most popular selling cigars that you have. It's a unique shape. Chris, how did that shape come about?
I was looking at my big lighter.
A big lighter?
When I was like
the cheapo ones?
Yeah, I was almost drunk, and I'm looking at it. I said, could it be? And next day I checked all the molds, and I saw one mold that was done by mistake. And it looked like a little bit roundish on the edges. I asked the supervisor, I said, can you make me a couple of cigars? And he did, and they looked beautiful, ovalish.
And that was it?
I said, oval.
So no big marketing plan, no big business plan, it just happened. And
Dave, it was our Post-it note.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, that's really the way most things happen, I think, in the cigar business, or the cigar industry, where manufacturers start playing around, and something happens, and they say, let's try it. And it ends up becoming a big hit. And that oval, you were emulated by some other manufacturers, but they kind of fell off the wayside, and the San Lotano Oval is still today really the only true oval shape that's out there.
Yes.
And that comes in multiple wrappers, Rob, correct?
That's correct. You have it, we started out in the original, the Habano, now we have it in the Maduro and the Connecticut.
All right, beautiful. Now, we are going to be in Buffalo Saturday, August 16th for Buffalo Smoke on the Water 3, live broadcast right from the Buffalo Launch Club. And it is going to be presented by AJ Fernandez Cigars, and we are going to be launching the cigar that I'm going to enjoy for lightation right now, and it is the New World by AJ Fernandez. And Chris, I'll let you talk about this blend, this cigar. How did this come about?
AJ basically decided to make a really, really good cigar and put it in as many hands as possible. This is going to be around $6 retail.
This is a great price for this cigar.
And the cigar is really, really great.
And this is like a rectangular press. This is just feels great in the hand. I like the band. It's definitely a little bit more traditional. And tell me about, Rob, the wrapper filler binder, the flavor profile as I get ready to use my self-sharpening double-edged stainless steel cutter.
All Nicaraguan profile on this cigar. It's a Puro. It's got a little Ometepe into it, so it gives you a little bit of hints of other flavors, but look at that wrapper on it. It's called a dark Nicaraguan wrapper on it. 4 different sizes. Retails roughly around the 6-point range. And you know, Dave, it comes in a box of 21. They pay for 20.
So you get 20, buy 20, get 1 free.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. And I have to tell you that this almost looks like an Oscuro wrapper. It's so dark. It's a really dark chocolate-looking wrapper. I use my Lotus 52 on this, gently toast the foot of this cigar. And this is the cigar that will officially be launched for the very first time at, ironically, the Buffalo Launch Club at Smoke on the Water 3. So this is going to be a big, I think, a big hit. And tell me about the flavor profile of this in terms of what you were looking to blend, Chris, on this particular cigar with AJ.
It has everything that any cigar lover is looking for. It has the body, it has the balance, and it has the aroma. You can all find it in there.
Great draw.
Jalapa, Condega, it's all that rich, you know, Nicaraguan tobaccos that people are looking for now.
Perfect draw. Easy draw, beautiful.
You want us to wait till you can smoke the cigar and finish it?
Yeah, I'll wait for about 15 minutes, then I'll talk. Stand by.
Okay, Rob, you were saying?
Yes, Chris, well, so you had a good time here.
I gotta tell you, this has hints of dark chocolate in it.
Yeah.
It really does. Nice, and I have to thank whoever brought me some Cafe Cubano, so I will say cheers as I take a little sip of this.
We don't rate around here. I don't see coffee Cubano.
No, you can, listen, you can see the fancy cup they gave it to me,
yeah,
and a little plastic or a little paper cup. But I tell you, this is beautiful. This is a pleasant cigar. I think some people may think it's going to be a super full body because of the dark wrapper, but this is really a nice medium, even balance, $6 suggested retail.
Yeah.
And even though we're launching it mid-August, when will the official availability be? September on this cigar?
We are going to start shipping that cigar in 2 weeks.
2 weeks? So to coincide roughly around the time we do the Buffalo Smoke on the Water 3. Fantastic.
Now, it'll be the first event to have it, Dave.
First event in the entire world.
First event.
Beautiful. And those that attend, everybody attending, that purchase their tickets, this is what you will receive. This is the special AJ Fernandez Cigar Dave Smoke on the Water 3 Assault Pack. It's got a San Lotano Bull, 2 New Worlds, a San Lotano Habano, and a San Lotano Maduro. Look at that. That is beautiful. We'll have a nice custom special applied sticker on there. And I'll tell you, everybody that gets this, I think you're going to be selling a ton of this because I think people are going to smoke 2 or 3 of these during the entire day at the Buffalo Launch Club. So it is a beautiful looking stick. Now let's talk about some of the other cigars in the line. People forget about the San Lotano Connecticut. It's a nice mild flavored, mild medium flavored cigar. People forget about that, and that's a great stick as well.
Absolutely. Ecuadorian Connecticut, a lot of flavors to it. It's very complex. We just build that cigar right. AJ does everything right in this industry. That's what we love about him. That's why I love Chris. I love his passion. I love AJ. I like everything that's going on about this company. That's why I came on board. I begged him for a job. I was sweeping up in another factory, and they gave me a job. That's what happened.
You weren't stripping leaves on the thighs of
I was
horses,
just
right?
not a stripper, Dave. No,
not a stripper. Okay.
No,
Am I supposed to give him a raise now?
That's your call. That's your call, Chris.
I get paid?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait.
Oh, man,
Hold
I
on a
get
second.
paid.
Give him the Armenian wage that you always kid everybody about.
I didn't know I get paid for this gig.
You got to pay Chris.
Oh,
that's how it works.
About the Connecticut, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. We call it Connecticut with balls.
You can say that.
Yeah.
Connecticut with Nance. That's exactly. So it's a Connecticut that's got a lot of flavor, but not overpowering.
Exactly.
You can say that because it says alpha male.
That's exactly right.
It says alpha male.
Oh, I got
right
Nance of Steel. We were proud of that. We're proud that we have big balls. Now, in terms of future cigars, working with AJ, is it basically a structured process, or is you go down there on a regular basis and you just every time you go down you start experimenting? How does it work when you decide you want to come up with a new blend?
Basically, the tobacco dictates if we're going to come up with a new blend or not. I'll give you an example. We decided to launch an annual limited edition, which is called Majimbe. This year, we couldn't launch it because the tobacco was not ready. So at the end of the day, whatever tobacco he's processing, fermenting, if he finds it right, it's time to do a new blend, he'll do it. Otherwise, he'll just wait for the tobacco to get in the best shape possible.
And how many million cigars now are you making out of the AJ Fernandez factory down in Nicaragua?
I don't have my laptop on me, but I know we make a lot.
50,000 sticks a day, close to
50,000 cigars a day? Yeah. That is absolutely incredible. So, and you work, what, 6 days a week down there or 5 days?
No, I don't believe in 6 days work.
What? Yeah, 7 days work for you guys.
Latin America, work hours are 44. So what we do is from Monday to Thursday, we work 1 extra hour. Friday, normal, and then Saturday they can have a Saturday off.
So Saturday, Sunday's off.
Yeah.
So
I believe in 2-day rest.
So there you go, and you roll about 12 million cigars a year out of that factory. That's incredible, and it's still growing. And once you have more tobacco, you're going to be able to do some very unique things as well, which is fantastic. Kriskachaturian, Rob Streitz from AJ Fernandez Cigars.
Thanks for having us.
We will see them. Well, actually, Chris, you've got to be in Nicaragua because you have to work with AJ on apparently some tobacco-related items. Right. So we'll miss you in Buffalo, but we'll, of course, Rob will take your place, and I know that your regional sales rep will be there as well. And don't worry, we'll have a great time in your place. And you can watch it. Here's the good news. You'll be able to watch it at CigarDave.com down in Nicaragua, so you won't miss a beat.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for all you've been done for cigar business, and you keep doing it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Chris, we appreciate it. Rob,
Thanks,
good seeing you. We will see you in Buffalo August 16th. All the details, by the way, for Smoke on the Water 3, CigarDave.com. Another sold-out event. Can't wait to get back to my hometown.